Good morning, it's September 7th, and as you can see, they're doing tree work in front of my house. Trimming branches. Tollway zone. You can see they've got a big cherry picker up there. Not picking cherries though. They've been working all along here all week. Because was it even Friday maybe when I headed around the lake that they were working down at the other end of the crescent here. So I don't know exactly what they're doing, what they're clearing off, but it's very noisy, I can tell you that. Anyway, so it's Wednesday. I apologize for not walking yesterday. I just was swamped and I tried to get unswamped. I had a lot of metadata, it's called, to enter for Shadow Paw Press books because I've got books, several books coming up. I have a distributor involved now, Alpine Book Peddlers, and they needed all my books in Book Manager, which is a database for independent bookstores, and they weren't all there, so I made sure they're all there. And that was a lot of data entry. It took me most of the day I spent on that. Plus a little work on a website that still has a long way to go for my ghostwriting business. Editing, publishing services as well, but ghostwriting, I'm reaching out. I would like to pick up, some ghostwriting work. Preferably, I'll be selective because I'm very busy, but if I could get some of that, it would certainly help pay the bills. So if you have a book that you'd like written and you have the money, contact me. Award-winning author, fiction, nonfiction, I can do it all. Or tell your friends. wordsbywillett.com or my regular website, edwardwillett.com, or email me at ewillett@gmail.com, or there's a million ways to get hold of me. Hello, Kirk in Vancouver, I presume that is. Yep. And someone else is there. Who else is there? I'll just look over here where it's darker. Oh, Ben. Hi, Ben. Doing well. It's a beautiful morning. Morning. It's supposed to be quite warm this afternoon, 34 I think, but it's very pleasant right now. We're kind of on the fringes of the big hot spell they're having in the western U.S. Supposed to cool off after this, I think, but it's going to be quite warm again today. Right now it's very pleasant because it cools off at night around here. It's rare to have a hot night. It's a dry climate, so there's not a squirrel. I just saw him, you wouldn't have. Anyway, so right now I'm headed to Brood Awakening, where I will do some more work. I have a proofreading job I've got to work on as well. Then I'm having lunch with another publisher at noon. Having coffee with another publisher tomorrow at Brood Awakening, so I may be doing this walk twice. Or maybe I'll walk somewhere else tomorrow and not stream that one, since I will have done it today. Then it'll be quite a while before I do the second part of this walk and head home. Should probably be much warmer by the time I do that. The other publishing news is that Shadow Paw Press Reprise has just signed a new author. Well, she's not a new author. Reprise does new editions of notable previously published work, and this is a notable book. It's called and this phone may ring now several times because that was a spam call. Anyway, it came out in 2013. It's a historical novel set in Saskatchewan in 1906. Won the Willa Award for historical fiction, was a finalist for the Fiction Award at the Saskatchewan Book Awards that year. Anne Lazurko is the author, and she's actually from my old stomping grounds, the Weyburn area. So that's kind of cool. That won't be out till sometime in the new year. I've got several other reprise titles to get out first, plus my own writing to do. So I'm probably going to take a bit of a freeze on doing anything else, taking on anything else. Or at least if I do, it'll be pushed well off into the new year now. I've managed to cram something like 6 books in this summer publishing, which is nuts for a one-man operation, but somehow I've done it. Hello, Mary. Hi there. Right, Trinidad and Tobago, I remember. Because I just like saying that, Trinidad and Tobago. It's just fun to say. Tobago and Trinidad doesn't work as well. Trinidad and Tobago, definitely the best order of things. Always makes me think of Tabasco. Get some Tabasco in Trinidad and Tobago. Cargo touring Trinidad and Tobago. It's nice being on this side of the street because this is a one-way, so you can always see if anybody's coming. You don't have to worry about whether you are obeying the traffic light or not, as long as you're careful. Normandy Heights, says the bus. Normandy Heights. Normandy Heights. Not a bus user myself. The only time I've been on a city bus has been for special events. I've never taken one just to get somewhere. So people ask me about the bus service and I don't really have an informed opinion on it. I just know it exists. As far as I know, it's decent. We'll go down here and walk through Central Park, I think. Not the Central Park, but our Central Park. There's condos over here. Again, this is usually called the transition area because it's a mixture of old residential properties and businesses, and some of the residential, what still looks like houses, are actually businesses, but there are still some houses in here as well. So it's supposed to be transitioning from residential to commercial, I guess, but it's been the transition area for the entire 3 decades I've lived in Regina, so it's not a fast transition. It hasn't really changed much all the years I've lived here. Out over there's an old house that's been expanded and is also a restaurant now, or it's now a restaurant, I should say, called the Fireside Bistro. Morning. This thing always reminds me of a pig snout. I think it's ugly, that awning. But they didn't ask me, they just put it up. Usually when I'm walking on this street, I'm walking going the other way. So. For sale. Looks nice. There's a very old one here. It has a sign on it that says it's a doctor's office, but I don't know if it still is or not. Right up there, medical office. Dr. J. Joseph, family physician. But it's the sign is there, so I presume it's still a doctor's office, but I've never been in there. A lot of construction going on everywhere. Actually, there's a lot of equipment down at the end of the street there. I don't know what that is. More apartment buildings. This is an old apartment building here. I think it's even in my Historic Walks of Regina and Moose Jaw book, but I can't remember the details. More interesting in that apartment building, which is there's a whole bunch of those around the city, and they're just boring. Boring, boring, boring. Same with this one. Boring, boring. Very, very boring. The tall one over there is the Prince Charles, but I don't think he's ever stayed there. This one at least is white, which sets it apart somewhat. Oh, squirrel. Now the one in the corner there has transitioned since I've been here because it was a house when I first moved into this area. And now it's turned into I think it's a beauty parlor of some sort. There's the Prince Charles over there. You can see the sign. There was a sign saying they were going to build a condo here, but it's now been an empty lot for a very long time, and the sign is gone. When I first moved here, there was an old building here that was a restaurant, which was fairly popular, but it went away quite a while ago now. Of course, over there is where we have a condo in that building there. It's where we first lived when we were married, and we still own it. And here is Central Park, which we will now cut through to enjoy the flowers. Although the tall ones some may have already peaked. They had corn in here for a while, but I think people ate all the corn, or stole the corn, if that's exactly what you do to corn. Picked it anyway. I can smell it. It smells nice. And of course, this is the little monument to Mary Baker, who was Mary Bunny Baker, who was a player in the All-American Girls Professional League. I started to say John, but that's not John. Jabrik, I think. Good morning. This is the center of Central Park. If we go this way, there's a rose garden over here. I beg your pardon, I never promised you a rose garden. Here's one though. Perhaps past its peak as well. I think sometimes people steal the roses too, I don't know. Anyway, there's still some. Yeah, Jabrik. See, I couldn't really be sure until I got a dark background to the little white letters on my screen. More apartments over there in front. That's a bus stop. The reason there's that little monument to the ball player is that this has been a sports park for a very long time, and she used to play here in Central Park. She went off to play in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, a league of their own, made famous in the movie of the same name. And funnily enough, Chautauqua Press is publishing a book called Thickwood, coming out in about a month now, which features a main character who's just back from playing in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. It's set in the post-Second World War Saskatchewan, up in the Thickwood Hills. And the main character grew up there, loves horses, wants to raise horses there, but her family lease is being swallowed by the PFRA pasture, community pasture. And so she's trying to figure out how to make that work. And meanwhile, she's also a baseball player and has come back from those adventures in the U.S. Watch out for the skateboarders. Apprenticeship Works, Saskatchewan. Those apartment buildings over there are some of the ones I like the looks of the most. These red brick ones here. I think this is some kind of health department building here to my left. Yeah, those ones look nice, and they have a well kept up Capel Apartments. But they're more, also old ones over there, but more boring. We're just a block from our destination. That's the back of the Sask Power building, which has been under construction all this summer, and that's Blessed Sacrament Church there, and then the Hotel Saskatchewan, which is a Marriott these days, over there, where I'll be going for lunch. But first I'm going to the coffee shop to work. So if you position yourself just right here, you could take a picture of Blessed Sacrament and Hotel Saskatchewan, and nothing would be in it that wasn't here probably almost 100 years ago. Hotel's not quite 100 years old, I don't think. Might be. It's built in the 20s, but I don't remember the exact dates. That used to be the bus station. Then it wasn't, because the bus station, they got a brand new bus station, and now we don't even have provincial bus service anymore because it was losing money hand over fist, so it got closed down. There's some private bus lines, but it's not the same as it used to be. I used to enjoy taking the bus to Saskatoon because you can work on the bus. They had Wi-Fi even. Well, I could work on the bus until my natural propensity towards car sickness took hold, then I'd have to stop. But I haven't taken the private one, Rider Express, it's called. So yeah, they're still working on this building. It's been a major renovation to it, going on for months now. And I think they took away the fountain that used to be in the front, and it's not coming back, somebody told me, which is too bad. I always liked that fountain. Gulf Steakhouse over there, long running restaurant. And that's the Sask Energy building, I believe, is in that one. The gas company. Here's where I'm going, Hayward Tower, Brood Awakening. You can see down there in the bottom. So I will stop right here. Take a look up, way up. And I'll be back for part 2 later on. Bye for now.